Bitter criticism, reading I don't know, something from Al Jazeera not related, not related to the genocide. Pretty fly for Muslim guys. Well, maybe I'm going to read the live updates from US elections. Live updates. The 2024 US presidential election campaign went right through the early hours of voting day as Trump and Harris held final rallies. There's a video of streaming, but anyway, live updates. US election live. Latest poll shows Harris Trump tied as voting underway. Poll shows Republican and Democratic presidential candidates are locked in close battle as election day kicks off. By Stephen Killen, Niels Adler, Alice Perry, Joseph Stepansky, November 5th, 12 hours ago updated. I guess this is gonna be just 2 days. US election 2024 polls are open across the country, including the 7 swing states: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris and Republican Donald Trump are going head-to-head in a race that remains too close to call. As results come in, you will be able to follow minute-by-minute updates on this live page and our dedicated page here. So there's 2 pages just for the election. Yeah, it's very important. Harris and Trump have made their final appeals to voters in key battleground states, stressing that the stakes of November 5 vote could not be higher. Recent polls show the candidates in a neck-and-neck battle nationally and in key battleground states such as Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Michigan. 3 minutes ago, when do U.S. polls start closing? Polling stations in the states of Indiana and Kentucky will be the first to close, with some shutting their doors at 6 p.m. An hour later, polls will close across the states of South Carolina, Vermont, Virginia, and the swing states of Georgia. By 8 p.m. on Wednesday, voting will finish in more than 20 more eastern and central states, as well as the District of Columbia. States' election results will start to trickle in after their polls close, but it could take hours or even days for them to be fully counted. Yeah, right here in Chile there was a mistake. They miscounted the votes in Cabildo, so they changed the major of Cabildo just because of mistakes. When do polls close? So 6 p.m. in the east and 9 p.m. Well, this vary. Look, vary a lot. Anyway, 8 minutes ago, Obama urges Americans to get out there and vote. Trump tells supporters to stay online. Former US President Barack Obama has posted a video on X in which he emphasized that there was an update here. I will read the updates. We'll start all over everything all again. So after months of campaigning, Americans happy to almost see the end of election season. By Zoe Sullivan. I will be happy to have it over with, says Clint, a 45-year-old voter in Waunakee. I think the division in our country's gotten so far. But above all, I felt that social media has made that divide worse, unquote. Clint has tried to avoid the incessant election adverts by avoiding the television and the internet. He's been watching movies and playing video games instead. Interesting, yeah. But he still voted. I have an 11-year-old daughter who I care about and her future, Clint says. A lot is at stake right now, unquote. Then Gosdek, a retired 76-year-old, has been feeling overwhelmed too. I'm sort of anxious, Gosdek says. My wife is going crazy, yelling at the television set. And for him, a lot of that anxiety stems from his distrust of Donald Trump. Quote, my wife and I both work for the elections and hate that Trump is destroying our democracy by going against it. Gosdek adds, quote, we have a Kamala sign in our front yard, and our neighbors came across and said, oh, we are so glad you had a sign. We are afraid to put up a sign in our yard. Who knows, I mean, this election in the US is kind of depressing. Not depressing, but two bad candidates, I guess. So then Gosdek has been anxious and wants Kamala Harris to win. So as I was saying, 13 minutes ago, Obama urges Americans to get out there and vote. Trump tells supporters to stay online. It says, former US President Barack Obama has posted a video on X in which he emphasizes that the election result will be close. Quote, in some states, just a handful of votes in every precinct could decide the winner, he said. Tell your family, talk to your neighbors, make a plan, go to the polls with your friends and vote, he said, as he urges people to vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Meanwhile, Trump took to X to insinuate that an effort is underway to stop his supporters from voting. Quote, we are doing great. Stay online. Do not let them move you. Stay online and vote, he wrote. 18 minutes ago now. Stay online. What the hell is that? I mean, everybody is online nowadays. Everybody but the rednecks, I guess, the white trash. They don't like internet. But anyway, let's see what happens. I guess nothing is going to happen. 18 minutes ago, FBI warns of election disinformation attempts. The Federal Bureau of Investigation's FBI says the agency's name and insignia are being used to promote false narratives about the US election. In one case, the Bureau said a fabricated news video clip purporting to be an FBI-issued terrorist warning falsely called on Americans to vote remotely because of a high terror threat at polling stations. Quote, this video is not authentic. Oh, or something happened here. No, I just want to read the news. Oh, hell. Some problems online. Help me, Trump. I've been sabotaged. I have a sabotage. I've been sabotaged here. Cannot read the news. FBI. So, in one case, the bureau said is a fabricated news video clips purporting to be an FBI issued terrorist warning falsely call on Americans to vote remotely because of a high terror threat at polling stations. Quote, this video is not authentic and does not accurately represent the current threat posture or polling location safety, unquote, the FBI said in a statement. Another video containing a fabricated FBI press release claimed that the management of 5 prisons in Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Arizona, all swing states, rigged inmate voting and colluded with a political party. Quote, this video is also not authentic and its contents are false, the FBI said. Attempts to deceive the public with false content about FBI threat assessment and activities aimed to undermine our democratic process and erode trust in the electoral system, unquote. In a separate incident, the Bureau said that it is aware of alleged fake bomb threats against polling locations in several states, many of which appear to originate from Russian email domains. I guess all this is craziness. None of the threats have been determined to be credible thus far, the Bureau said in a statement. 27 minutes ago, photos. Peruvian shamans perform good luck rituals for Harris and Trump. Peruvians. Shamans. Anyway, more photographs. Such a cultural thing, shamans. Anyway, 32 minutes ago, abortion, women's rights on voters' minds in Wisconsin by Zoe Sullivan. Abortion, which was such an important factor in the 2022 midterm elections, is still on voters' minds on both sides of the divide over these sensitive issues. For Ilona Backstrand, a retired 70-year-old who describes herself as a Christian, abortion is among the most important issues in this election. She's on the anti-abortion side in a state where abortion is still legal. I believe life begins at conception and actually even before they are in the womb, Backstrand said. It's a divisive issue, not just here, but across the country. Since Roe and versus Wade, the Supreme Court decision that permitted the abortion across the country, was overturned in 2022. Abortion is on the ballot in 10 states on Tuesday, including Florida, Colorado, Nevada, and Arizona. And it's an issue that still motivates many Americans, and particularly women, to vote for the overwhelmingly pro-abortion rights Democrats, even if other issues concern them. Matty Reese, a 47-year-old working in nonprofit management and sporting a pro-Harris shirt, said she hoped Kamala Harris will see through her promises on border security and making some ownership easier, particularly for African Americans like her. But then asked about the future, she emphasized that women's rights has at the top of her priority list. Quote, I have all boys, but I am a woman, Reese said. I think our rights are very, very important. What we do with our body, and I don't think governments should be making that decision. Matty Reese says women's rights are important to her. 40 minutes ago, Elon Musk to join Trump at Mar-a-Lago tonight, report. The New York Times reports that Trump and Musk plan to follow the election results together. Musk, who owns the influential X social media platform, will be part of a small group with Trump at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida, according to several informed sources quoted by the Times. Musk has been one of Trump's top supporters during his 2024 election bid, donating about $119 million to a pro-Trump political action committee. If Trump wins, he has floated the idea of appointing Musk, who is also the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, as a secretary of cost cutting. Elon Musk speaks during a Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. You know, from Chile, right here, where I am, the most terrible thing Elon Musk has done is the coup d'etat in Bolivia. You know, that's terrible. Coup d'etat in Bolivia. Anyway, an hour ago, finally, that's it. 1 hour ago, November 5th. If people back in Palestine want to be able to organize, we need a president protecting this right. We have spoken to Athena Peters, a student at Arizona State University, about the race in the state and was at stake for her and many other young people in this election. Here's what she said. Here's what she had to say. Quote, a lot of the things on the ballot, like abortion rights and immigration reform, were pretty easy to vote on, as well as local politicians. Quote, but a lot of people in my generation are a part of or have considered the non-committal movement. What the hell is that? Sorry. Non-committal movement. So making that decision in terms of the presidential election and figuring out what candidate it was comfortable voting for. Obviously, Donald Trump is not someone who are very much in support of Palestine think will do anything good for that cause. Quote, but also the fact that Kamala Harris has not come out and spoken directly in support for the Palestinian people and against what Israel is doing in Gaza has been a major sticking point for thousands of people in my generation. Yeah. Quote, I ended up making the choice of voting for Kamala Harris because I think she can protect our nation in a way that democracy will be able to thrive here still, which is vital and essential for any on-the-ground movement to be able to have any effective impact. So if people who support Palestine want to be able to organize, to be able to speak out in support of that, we need a president who will protect those constitutional rights. And that's it for me. By now, Kamala Harris is definitely the deep state candidate. The military-industrial complex. There will be war everywhere, just we are facing right now on Palestine, in Ukraine. That will be everywhere. Everywhere will be war if Kamala Harris wins, you know. Everywhere, South America, all over the place, Brazil, Chile, everywhere.